Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today, since we're locked in, we're gonna go ahead and play with the Covington and we're gonna grind and polish some rocks. So first, let's take a look at some of what we're going to be working with here. So this is not what we're gonna be working on, but what we are gonna be working on is this guy here. So you may have seen this on the other video that I did, but I figured I wanted to do this one start to finish, and we'll get some like better pictures and stuff like that so you can see the before and after. So this is a greenstone, and for those of you who don't know what that is Michigan State gemstone. The actual name is like chlorosorolite or something like that. But it's naturally occurring in the volcanic basalt that lines the Lake Superior escarpment here in Michigan. So this brownish reddish color rock here, that's the basalt, and this is the little nugget of greenstone. So how this forms is when the original volcano that formed the region rose up, it created, it was so hot that it had little pockets in it. You can see some little pockets here, and some of these little pockets, as the magma cooled and stuff like that, had minerals in it. So like this one, it's got some feldspar in it, looks like here. Possibly some low-grade greenstone in here. Some quartz-like material in here. And I'm not quite sure what that reddish material is. But that's why they call this stuff ambigual basalt. And so like greenstone and stuff like that, that's basically how it forms. It's in these little pockets. I got some more examples here I'm going to pull out. So this is kind of shiny because it had acid on it, but what this is raw copper, also from the same area as most of the rocks I'm showing you here. They're all from the Keweenaw Peninsula, but this is copper, like basically a seam of copper in the basalt. Like I said, I did treat it with acid to kind of shine the copper up, but it didn't quite take. But you can get a good look at the at how the copper forms again, kind of in the bubbles of the magma. I got one more example here. Here's one I cut. Again, you see the ambigual basalt, the little pockets and bubbles in the outer rock and stuff like that. That one's got like some blackness in it, and you wouldn't think nothing of it, but I cut this rock before, and on this side we've got, it's what the inside of the ambiguals look like inside this piece of basalt here. It was basically quartz and whatever this black mineral is, and copper. So the actual pattern that that greenstone has is kind of like a tortoiseshell pattern, and that's going to be on the outer side of this, because on the inside it's kind of like quartz filled, and it has like a little pocket in there, but the actual pattern is going to be on the outside of this. So we're going to cut probably the rest of this chunk of basalt off of it, trying not to get that little piece there, and then we're going to shape the top of the greenstone and reveal the pattern. So let's go to the basement and let's do that. All right, since there's not much actual basalt on this thing, I'm just going to grind it right off. So we'll jump to the time lapse and you can watch me grind this down. So I ran out of coolant, so I got to mix up some more. I always think that's pretty cool, so. All right, we'll get back to grinding. I'm still working on the polishing aspect of that machine, plus I also need to learn how to grind these smooth so it doesn't look quite so faceted. But this is what it came out to be. Obviously it's a lot smaller, ground off a lot of material. I also smoothed out the bottom part, but there is that one void in there, and unfortunately it's on the side that was showing really good pattern, so I didn't grind that side any further. Yeah, there you go. Grinding start to finish on Michigan State gemstone, the Isle Royale greenstone. And it's called the Isle Royale greenstone because just off the Keweenaw Peninsula is Isle Royale, which is just loaded with these things, but it is illegal to take them from there. These ones I got came from the Keweenaw somewhere. I actually bought this set. I didn't actually find these in rock form. I do have some I found in rock form, but they were just nowhere near as good as these. So these are what I ground up. So now that we're done cutting the greenstone, I'm going to throw in a video here that I made a few weeks ago of me cutting another rock, and I call the rock sodalite because that is the mineral that's inside the rock. There is another name for this rock that was given to it, that basically the name for people who live in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan plus the name lite. But if I use that name, the guy who invented the name may possibly copyright me. He's taken other people's videos down and stuff like that. So don't ever call it that. There was a free name created for it called emberlite. We can use that, or I just call it sodalite. So let's cut to that video. Okay, so next, I think I want to try seeing how thin I can slice one of these sodalites. And if you don't know what sodalites are, I've been finding them in like northern Michigan, and they look just like regular plain rocks until you hit them with an ultraviolet flashlight. So I'm going to pick out one of these bigger ones and see if I can't slice it really thin to make like a keychain or something. Alright, this one here looks pretty promising. That's what it looks like with the light on it. Block this light off for me. That's what it looks like with the light on it. We're going to try and cut it down into a really thin slice. So it's been about a week, but I never filmed the results of how thin I could slice a fluorescent sodalite. And these are the slices. I mean, I just put them here so you could really see what I mean when I say these are just like normal looking rocks normally. I mean, it blends right in with the granite countertop and doesn't look that much different than granite to begin with. But that's about how thin I was able to slice it. But this stuff is butter soft. But this one I polished a bit, but I'm still not quite good with the polishing wheel. Haven't quite figured out that step of it yet. But let's hit him with the flashlight. That's what it looks like on the flashlight. Then let's flip them over. And then here's something interesting. That's how thin I was able to slice them. The light can basically pass right through it. So I'm going to try polishing these up some more. And then maybe make them into a pair of earrings since they match. Well, I thought I'd give you all a little tour of my mineral collection. Most of this is found by me, but a lot of, well, actually, most of this has been found by me. Most of this is somebody else. All right, so this is a fire brick. That's the lining of the furnace that they smelt copper in, that the copper eventually replaces some of the minerals in the brick. So basically you get it turns the brick itself into copper, and so it's fire brick. This is like a mine tag from White Pine Mine. These are some tube agates, I think. All this copper, the stuff that I found, this piece of float copper here. Here's one that I picked this out of a road, actually. So they say the roads up there are lined with copper. Well, if you know the right places to look, some of them are. So I actually dug that out of a road. Nice little sheet of copper. So let me get the flashlight. So I also have some polished up sodalite pieces here, on there, that big rock there. I bought these ones in the back here, that one there, and this sphere is is like the second one ever made by the guy who discovered the mineral, and there's an article that he was mentioned in the Detroit Free Press, and it's autographed by him. So I bought that directly from him. So I thought that was pretty cool. What else we got? This is generally a copper replacement agate, but that one has silver in it. These I did find. These are little pieces of like copper half-breed nuggets where it's silver and copper. There's a nice, I bought that one on eBay, like 6 little tiny pieces of it. I did the Gold Rush Dirt of the Month Club for a while. So basically they would send you a bag of dirt, and then you go through it, and here it is. This is some of the gold I got from November 2015 from the berm cut. So you can go back and watch the episode where he digs from the berm cut.
And that's the actual dirt that he got and gold. So I've got some other minerals that I bought, some fluorite, some Thunder Bay, Ontario, amethyst, which is Great Lakes region, fluorite where the lightning hits the sand, magnetite from Michigan. This is what they transport iron ore in. It's basically iron ore and clay. And that's how they transport it around. What else? I got a titanium round here, a little silver troy ounce. I have more silver. I keep that stuff locked up. This is celestite. This is from Monroe. This is just down the road, actually. And so is this stuff. That's sulfur. And this is sulfur with calcite. And that one, if I hit it with the ultraviolet flashlight, the calcite actually glows under ultraviolet. Then I've got some other stuff here. There's some star rubies, some pieces of fluorite. And this thing here, I just had to have. Chelyabinsk, Russia. There was this meteorite that exploded over there in 2013. And it was crazy. You should look up the videos. They're awesome. But the TV show Meteorite Men, that guy, he went there and he found it. Well, he found a bunch of pieces, and I got that one off of eBay. That's signed by him and everything like that.
Well, that's all I got for today. But come back tomorrow and we'll see what kind of hijinks we can get into then. Not sure yet what I'm going to do. Again, we'll see where the day takes me. See you next time.